You know what it is, Quicksilver's here. It's quick. And that's right. It's all about the Good News Show. When I say it's official, it's believable in real life. The Good News Show is here.
Welcome to the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. I am Marc Clarke. Let me tell you something. We got so much going on in this show. I need notes. Tell us about this beautiful house. The Good News Show with me, Marc Clarke. Two of my favorite titans. It keeps growing. The legend keeps growing. The Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Of course, I am Marc Clarke. Good News Show with Marc Clarke, and I'm with the forever useful Terrence Frazier. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's Governor Wes Moore, and I'm here on the Good News Show with my guy, Marc Clarke.
We're in Locust Point, Silo Point.
The Lancasters are here. Kiki Cole is in the building. Good News Show with Marc Clarke. We're at the National Hip Hop Museum ceremony in D.C. I'm with one of the honorees. Kwame is in the building. What's up, my brother?
My brother, what's going on? Thank you for having me.
Look, Kwame, I was just thinking, as I was coming in, of course, I was listening to all your stuff, and I was like, Kwame would have killed in this age of visuals with social media and all that stuff. Always clean. So you were really ahead of your time. How did you understand that fashion was a big part of the music piece, or is it just who you were?
It's just me. Nobody put my look together. I come from an era where you represent your elders, you represent your grandparents, you represent your parents. So for me, I wanted to be able to represent them in a proper manner. And I also wanted to be able to represent hip-hop in a certain way, because hip-hop had such a stereotype to it. And unfortunately, hip-hop turned into the stereotype.
Wow.
But before then, it wasn't the stereotype. So I wanted to show people that, you know, we weren't just gangsters or drug dealers or anything like that. We could be clean and be proficient at what we do.
Come on, Kwame. And this is what I love about you. Now look at the fit now, okay? But for those who don't know, you young people, Kwame's gonna hit you with this signature, the polka dot. Because he made polka dots hot. So go look it up, you'll find that out.
Yeah.
People our age, we know that already. So congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
You know, give us some love on the National Hip Hop Museum that's here in DC. Give us as a New Yorker, give us your thoughts on that.
I think it's very important. You know, we have honorariums to all forms of genres. We have jazz honorariums, we have rock and roll honorariums, we have blues honorariums. So to have a place for hip hop, I think is extremely important, and it's kind of surreal for me because I'm a student of the game, and I'm always going to be a student of the game. So to be honored like this, it's a trip for me. I'm just bugging out, you know.
Well, man, thank you for all you've done for us, my brother.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Kwame joining us. It's a Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Welcome to the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. I am Marc Clarke. Let me tell you something. We got so much going on in this show. I need notes. Tell us about this beautiful house. The Good News Show with me, Marc Clarke. Two of my favorite titans. It keeps growing. The legend keeps growing. The Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Of course, I am Marc Clarke. Good News Show with Marc Clarke, and I'm with the forever useful Terrence Frazier. What's up, man?
Hey everybody, my name is Akio Evans. I'm fine art, shoe muralist, creative, and you're watching The Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
Hey, it's Nori, and you're watching The Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
I'm Shalonda Stokes, President and CEO of Downtown Partnership of Baltimore, and I'm repping The Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
What's up, friends? It's the Baltimore foodie and the boy with the blue beard.
Baltimore Collegiate School for Boys, we don't just educate young men, we shape leaders. Leaders who rise with integrity, wisdom, and courage. Our rigorous curriculum challenges students to think critically, communicate effectively, and achieve greatness. From science and math to arts and athletics, we empower each boy to discover his potential. Our dedicated faculty and staff create a supportive environment that nurtures growth, both academically and personally. Here, every student is known and valued. Baltimore Collegiate is more than a school, it's a family.
Hello, I'm Anthony Jenkins, president of Coppin State University, and you're watching The Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
Welcome to the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. I am Marc Clarke. Let me tell you something. We got so much going on in this show. I need notes. Tell us about this beautiful house. The Good News Show with me, Marc Clarke. Two of my favorite titans. It keeps growing. The legend keeps growing. The Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Of course, I am Marc Clarke. Good News Show with Marc Clarke, and I'm with the forever youthful Terrence Frazier. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's Governor Wes Moore, and I'm here on the Good News Show with my guy, Marc Clarke.
We're in Locust Point, Silo Point.
The Lancasters are here. Kiki Cole is in the building. Good News Show with Marc Clarke. We're at the National Hip Hop Museum. Of course, this is a former awardee, but tonight, Grandmaster Caz is going to be hosting.
Yes, indeed.
Doing what you do, my friend. How are you, sir?
I'm well. I'm well.
All is well. Boy, you look like you're doing well in these streets.
I ain't complaining because people don't listen to those. Okay, so I just keeps it moving.
So look, Grandmaster Caz, as we look around the room, we see many of our legends in the game. Many of us have gray in our beard now, long in the tooth. Biggie said, years ago, I never thought hip-hop would take it this far. Caz, you were there at the beginning.
Yes.
Did you think it would take it this far? Did you know it was special?
I always knew it was special. Did I know it would go this far? No, but I always hoped that it would. Okay? I'd be a fool to stand up here and say that I knew hip-hop would grow to these proportions and not have a stake in it. You know what I mean? I would have started a record company a long time ago, a publishing company.
Right.
You know, all those kind of things that we know now.
Yeah, right.
But back then, we were the creatives.
Yes.
So we weren't thinking business, we thinking create. So we created this culture.
And so
that's here, 52 years later.
Amazing. And Caz, you're still traveling the world. It seems like it either gathers momentum, especially with people like you who are the authentic, the real deal. People want the real, they want the authentic thing. They want the real deal. So, something happened in hip hop with you that you handled amazingly, but someone not handled it probably the greatest way. You know what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about the Sugar Hill
Sugar Hill Gang. So here you are, Caz. Everybody in New York, they know your rhymes. They know you. They know who you are. And this record comes out, and your stuff's on the record. If you look it up on Google, it'll say Grandmaster Caz was the writer of da-da-da. But when you say he was a writer, it sounds like you wrote it for somebody else.
Right,
as opposed to somebody took it from you.
They called me like hip-hop's first ghost writer.
But you didn't write.
Ghost writer is when you do something intentionally, okay?
Right. That's not how it happened.
No. These rhymes were pilfered.
but you kept it. But there was no violence that ensued.
No.
Now, how did you know just to keep it? You were like, okay, well, let's work it out.
I mean, that's a testament to my character.
Come on now, Caz.
I mean, that's the way I was raised. I wasn't raised to come up against it with violence. You know what I mean? First of all, he was a friend, okay? And if a friend wrongs you, then okay, I'm gonna leave that friend alone.
I love
it. You're not gonna wrong me again. And that's where I left it, and I kept it moving. So it wasn't no retribution I sought or anything like that. I said, okay, now I gotta move this way. And I just started moving in other ways.
I love it. And again, for the young people who don't know what I'm talking about, of course, the Sugar Hill Gang, their song, and Big Bank Hank's line, I'm the Let's hear let's hear. If you didn't know the original, here's the original.
I'm the CAS and the OVA and the rest is FLY. That was my name, Casanova
That was
Fly.
his name.
So he copied the rhyme and he didn't even change the name. He just copied it word for word. So
Wow.
that's what it is.
Let me just say wow. But Caz, again, 50 years later, you still standing, doing what you do. You're still traveling the world. Man, we just want to say thank you for all that you've done. Thank you. As somebody from little bitty Springfield, Illinois, that's the power of hip hop. When we heard these songs, it changed our lives. And we were in places that didn't even have a black radio station.
Understood.
We would go to the record store and they'd say, you know the brother behind the counter who smoked weed? We'd say, what's the latest? He'd be like, you got to check this out, right?
Right.
And that's how we got to get to New York, right? And got to open up our minds. So thank you, my friend, for opening up the world's minds.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. It was a labor of love. You know what I mean? I had no agenda except to spread the gospel of the culture and be famous. Basically, I just wanted to be respected and known for what I do. And I've achieved that.
You've achieved that
tenfold.
Well, man, you're a great guy, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Grandmaster Caz joining us on the Good News Show.
I'm Shalonda Stokes, President and CEO of Downtown Partnership of Baltimore, and I'm repping the Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
What's up, friends? It's the Baltimore foodie and the boy with the blue beard.
Holla at your boy Nutsko, I got you. Jazzy Summer Night, the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Yes, sir!
Hi, I'm D. Rose coming at you from the Sagamore Spirit Distillery here in beautiful Baltimore Peninsula, and you're on the Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
Well, we're thrilled to be here at Keystone Corner. We just celebrated our 6th anniversary here, going into our 7th year here in Harbor East in Baltimore, and we love the people of Baltimore, and we love serving them with some of the greatest music in the world. And we got coming up at the Keystone, the fantastic Yellow Jackets are coming September 6th and 7th, followed by Pieces of a Dream September 11 and 12, and the one and only Blackbird September 19 and 20. And we just had Ron Carter and Stanley Clarke and Charles McPherson. So we want to feature the greatest music in the world here at Keystone Corner, and you're more than welcome to join us. We're open 6 nights a week with the finest food and the finest music in the world.
I'm Shalonda Stokes, President and CEO of Downtown Partnership of Baltimore, and I'm repping the Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
What's up, friends? It's the Baltimore foodie and the boy with the blue beard.
There's 2 people that'll be hosting our podcast, and there's somebody who I lovingly say is not only a friend, but he's a mentor to me and so many people in hip-hop because he is the world's leading expert and historian in hip-hop.
It's a Good News Show with Marc Clarke, the National Hip Hop Museum, and tonight the legends are in the building.
Herbie the Luvbug, legendary producer, responsible for a lot of the music up on his table and in the whole table of hip-hop.
And of course, Herbie Azor or Herbie Luvbug is in the building. We're blessed with the presence of probably not only one of the most influential producers in the game, probably someone who doesn't get all the flowers he deserves.
All right.
And so we want to first give you the flowers tonight.
Thank you,
Herbie.
thank you very much. And I appreciate everything. I love everybody.
So Herbie, put us inside the head because we talked to many of your artists.
Okay.
And I was thinking about the interesting thing is they all have their unique look, sound, feel, and a certain creativity. So Herbie, where did this come from? You were a kid too. You were a peer, but you had this ear. Didn't mean to rhyme.
You know, it was an ear, but a lot of these guys, like Kwame, for example. Kwame, Dana Dane, they were just people that had what they had already. I didn't do that, you know. It was attractive. It attracted me. I like Dana's style. Loved the whole Slick Rick vibe because Dana was down with the Kango crew, which was also a part of the. That's where Slick Rick came from. And Kwame was also feeling that same vibe. Sweet C, Antoinette, I can go on and on. They all had something different and apart from each other, and it made me want to get down with what they were doing. So it was us helping each other.
Well, but the thing, I was listening coming in, right? Just refreshing. And I was like, yo, Herbie, you were killing us. The choice of samples that you used, they were amazing. Like you said with Dana Dane, like who does that? That creative piece, but also the way the music was tied in. I mean, just innovative stuff, and they all credit you with being a huge part of that. Where did that come from? Where did that ear come from?
I don't know. It's not something you can put your finger on. Dana Dane was different from Kwame. So when I was working on Dana Dane, I heard something different. You know, and Dana's first record was done by Dana. It was his idea, and I was listening to it on the radio going, oh, wow, I'd love to work with that artist.
Okay.
And I remember Salt saying, yo, he's real good, he's real. Sweet Tea loving him. And then finally we got to meet him at the Apollo. And he was looking for a producer to work on his other stuff. And I had some ideas. Because while I was listening to him, I was thinking of how I would have done it if I was producing in his shoes. So when he came to the camp, it was beautiful. The ideas was already there for Dana.
And what sometimes people don't know is that it was Puffy that was coming to check you out. It was Jermaine Dupri, who was a kid, coming to check you out. This doesn't get talked about. When the movie comes out, we'll have to do it. But so that was a real thing, man.
Well, Jermaine, Puffy, we knew each other. They were doing their things. Jermaine was dancing for Houdini, and I was a fan of what he was doing. And Puffy, of course, I go to his parties. Out here, actually, I met Puffy here in D.C.
Okay.
Howard Homecoming.
In the Howard days, okay.
In the Howard days. And, I was just a fan of what he was doing. I wanted to be a promoter, but he was doing it well. And so, I don't know, we were mutual respect for each other. I never say I was him before. No, we were all coming.
Well, you're humble. Yeah, I'm
definitely.
And then Herbie, what's the magic in Queens now? What they doing? What they growing out there? What do you think? I have a theory though, because I have a theory. I think because New York, you have all these different people. You're Haitian,
right?
And different, all these different pieces of different countries and influence and cultures, all merged into one.
Right.
And you take the best of all that, the best of the music, and throw it together.
It could be that. But Queens was sitting back watching. I think I'm not gonna say we were the last, because Staten Island was probably the last of the boroughs to get down. But we were watching. We were watching. We was loving. And we just had to get down. That's how you had the Hollis people, then you had East Amherst, Corona, and then where was it coming from? Mount Vernon, where Heavy and them was from. So we were just watching.
That's a good point.
We was learning. We was watching what the Bronx was doing, watching what Manhattan was doing, playing the old tapes coming down. It was, it was tapes before.
It was
records.
tapes till they popped.
Yeah. So we were just watching.
I love it.
Watching.
Well, man, look, your influence is immeasurable. Enjoy the night. I don't know if you're being honest tonight. I know your groups are being honest tonight.
I'll be here though.
But you are here. Herbie, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
It's a Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
I'm Shalonda Stokes, President and CEO of Downtown Partnership of Baltimore, and I'm repping the Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
What's up, friends? It's the Baltimore foodie and the boy with the blue beard.
Baltimore Collegiate School for Boys, we don't just educate young men, we shape leaders. Leaders who rise with integrity, wisdom, and courage. Our rigorous curriculum challenges students to think critically, communicate effectively, and achieve greatness. From science and math to arts and athletics, we empower each boy to discover his potential. Our dedicated faculty and staff create a supportive environment that nurtures growth, both academically and personally. Here, every student is known and valued. Baltimore Collegiate is more than a school, it's a family.
Hello, I'm Anthony Jenkins, president of Coppin State University, and you're watching The Good News Show with Marc Clarke.
And you know what you're watching, The Good News Show with the one and only Marc Clarke. Stay tuned.
Welcome to The Good News Show with Marc Clarke. I am Marc Clarke. Let me tell you something. We got so much going on in this show. I need notes. Tell us about this beautiful house. The Good News Show with me, Marc Clarke. Two of my favorite titans. It keeps growing. The legend keeps growing. The Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Of course, I am Marc Clarke. Good News Show with Marc Clarke, and I'm with the forever youthful Terrence Frazier. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's Governor Wes Moore, and I'm here on The Good News Show with my guy, Marc Clarke.
We're in Locust Point, Silo Point.
The Lancasters are here. Kiki Cole is in the building. It's the Good News Show with Marc Clarke with the National Hip Hop Museum event. Jeremy, my man, how you doing, brother? Good seeing you.
Good. How are you? Great to see you, Mark.
Jeremy, this was your baby. You grew this up. It's now a teenager now.
Yeah.
But you started this, and now it's expanded. Tonight we're celebrating amazing artists. So what does it feel like, man? What does it feel like, Dad?
Yeah, well, it's a beautiful thing to be able to pay it forward to all of these superhero hip-hop artists that we grew up idolizing and worshiping. And now this is just a way for us as Americans to actually give back, put on a pedestal, and honor these incredible icons.
And look, Jeremy, what I love about what you've done, and we've known each other for years, is you basically have, like you said, you've taken on the challenge to show love to these people that influenced our lives and had such a huge impact that, if we're honest, may not get the love they deserve if people like you did not decide to do that. So first of all, thank you. I'm looking around, I see Caz, I see the Jungle Brothers, I see these different, over the years I saw, different acts come through, and I'm like, man, they may not get the flowers if we didn't have events like this. So thanks, man. And it seems like it's growing.
Yeah. Well, this is, we've done for 6 years, we've done events almost quarterly. And this is the first time we've turned to doing an event just once a year to make it really special, make it really big, blow it out, and make sure that everybody has, kind of a theme. And the theme for this one is the Idol Makers. Herbie Luvbug, the first super producer, Kid and Play, Sweet Tea, Antoinette, Dana Dane, Kwame. These are some of the most important hip-hop icons that we all grew up with in the 80s and 90s, and now to have them all in one place, kind of, coming back together is really special.
We want you to talk about your earliest memories of hip-hop and when you first witnessed it. What got you in?
It's funny that you're the one asking me that question, because my first live hip-hop show, now I'm from Queens, so it's played. We're from Queens, New York, most of us are.
It's Good News Show with Marc Clarke. The National Hip Hop Museum has an event going on right now, and legends are in the building. I'm not going to say legend because you don't want me to call him a legend, but I'm not a legend. Quicksilver is in the building. So Quick, this is interesting because looking around, I see a lot. We got a lot of our legendary rappers that came before us. In your case, yes. In my class, in my case, yes. But the impact that they've had on the culture is undeniable. And you got started at a super young age. Yes. And talk to us about what it means when you see a Grandmaster Caz, you see Kid and Play, yeah. You see the Jungle Brothers. You're in my hut now. Right. You know what I'm saying? What does it mean when you see these guys, man?
It's crazy because I've been a part of this ceremony for the last few years. So last year I had the privilege of inducting the cast from Beat Street.
Oh, wow.
Which was the movie that inspired me to be a DJ. Wow. The year before that, I was actually one of the presenters as well, and I presented, I can't remember. But I've been a part of this for years. But this means a lot to me because I always say Beat Street was the movie that inspired me to be a DJ, but House Party was the movie that I watched that I really tried to mimic. Like in the 5th grade, I had the high top fade like Kid and Play. It's crazy because you remember in the movie, Martin was named DJ Bilal, and he had Jet Beauty of the Week on the wall. Right. So I put the Jet Beauty of the Weeks on my wall. Like everything that was in House Party, I tried to mimic. I used to have house parties. So I started my career throwing house parties in my basement just from watching House Party. So to be a part of this, and I'm not sure if I can say it, but I'll go and give you the exclusive. I'm actually the person that's inducting Kid and Play today into the National Hip Hop Hall of Fame, Museum Hall of Fame. So this is, I really can't put into words how it feels to grow up as a kid watching Kid and Play, watching, the legends like Red Alert that are here. Red Alert. And then to be in a position where they know who I am.
Yeah, it's crazy,
I always say, the biggest lie we were told back in the day is it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I always say it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Because once they know who you are, that shows the impact of what you've done in your life. So to walk in here and
I'm gonna steal that one. That's a good one.
absolutely. But to walk in here and the legends be like, hey, quick, it still bugs me out.
Yeah.
Because I'm still that little kid watching them on Shady Side Road in East Baltimore on TV.
Yeah.
So this is just a surreal moment for me to be a part of this once again this year.
And you know, Quick, I think what you said is such a good point, because I think when you talk about hip hop and the impact, you know, I said to someone earlier that I interviewed, you know, being from Springfield, Illinois, a place that doesn't even have a black radio station, you know, everybody knew the Sugar Hill Gang songs when it dropped. You know what I mean? Verbatim. And I'm talking about, again, talk about no culture. There were no Puerto Ricans, there were no Haitians, there were no, you know, there was no New York influence. It was just this music that stood there that we were like, what is that? And so then your generation comes up, and you guys have been inundated with all that. You grew up with it.
But it's crazy because, like I said, I'm born and raised in Baltimore. When I first came up, and even when I first started DJing, there was no hip hop scene in Baltimore. It was just club music.
Yeah.
Like for the first, I'm gonna say at least, you know, 6-7 years of my career, I didn't even play hip hop. All I knew was club music. Now I would see it on TV. I remember like one of my first videos that I can remember was watching LL Cool J, I'm Bad.
Yeah.
And I remember saying, I wish I can play this, but at the time in Baltimore, when I was on house parties, it was club music all night.
Club music.
So when I finally got to an age where I can actually play hip hop and people appreciate it, I've always been a fan of hip hop. So like I say, I feel like I'm saying it over again, like this is just a surreal moment for me, because you couldn't have told the kid in East Baltimore that one day you'll be at a ceremony like this, and not just being here as a person, as a fan, but you're actually a part of the ceremony. That to me, I can't put into words.
Quicksilver, you put it in the perfect words. Quicksilver joining us on the Good News Show. We want to say we appreciate you, the people, and please continue to support the Good News Show and all the products we have out here. You have a great day, a good day, and we'll see you next week.
Leanne Johnson is really one of the great musical storytellers of our time. She's the daughter of a great bluesman, Cy Johnson, and one of the greatest and most compelling storytellers. The Yellow Jackets are one of the pillar groups of Keystone Corner, and all the members of the Yellow Jackets are members of the Keystone Corner family, and our connection to the Yellow Jackets goes back to the first year that Keystone Corner was open. And now the Yellow Jackets are playing here back at Keystone Corner in 2025. So it's been 53 years and we're still making music together. The Yellow Jackets are one of the really most inspirational and exciting contemporary jazz groups on the planet. They'll be here Saturday and Sunday, September 6th and 7th, right here at Keystone Corner. 2 shows a night at 6 and 9 on Saturday, and at 5 and 7:30 on Sunday.
Welcome to the Good News Show with Marc Clarke. I am Marc Clarke. Let me tell you something. We got so much going on in this show. I need notes. Tell us about this beautiful house. The Good News Show with me, Marc Clarke. 2 of my favorite titans. It keeps growing. The legend keeps growing. The Good News Show with Marc Clarke. Of course, I am Marc Clarke. Good News Show with Marc Clarke, and I'm with the forever youthful Terrence Frazier. What's up, man?
What's going on, everybody? It's Governor Wes Moore, and I'm here on the Good News Show with my guy, Marc Clarke.